Hello everyone. It's the today the 16th of January 2017 and excuse me. And I'm in Brussels. This is this is a hotel room um, that you see. There's the bathroom. Oops. And there's the rest of my hotel room. Anyway, I'm here in Brussels because we had the EATG stakeholder meeting today. The stakeholder meeting is held every usually every January in the beginning of the year, when we meet all our key partners. Well, we call them stakeholders. So uh, representatives of organizations and people that we work together with, and who have been playing a key role and a key part in the EATG's work and success. And then we make a report or deliver reports to them from every single area of the ATG, areas of activity, portfolios and projects, also the various officers like Giorgio Barbareschi, who's the science officer, Anne-Isabel von Lingen, who's our policy officer, Christian Jachnovic, who's the training officer, um, and of course Koen Blok, who's the executive director, will deliver or delivered also today first certain reports about what we did in 2016, in the previous year, and also what our plans are for 2017. So what we are going to do this year. And it's always quite interesting to meet these people that often we are in touch with by email only. Some of them are right, like really key stakeholders and decision makers, of officers in the global response to HIV, HCV, and tuberculosis. We had representatives here of the Eurasian Harm Reduction Network, of AFU, Anke van Dam from AFU, then also Deutsche AIDS-Hilfe, at the Civil Society Forum on HIV and AIDS. We had Misha Kazachkin here from the UN, and also Lela Kosmaro, who was co-chairing the Civil Society Forum with me, and she's great. I really love her. And we had also representatives of various pharmaceutical companies, because we receive funding for our work in HIV from pharmaceutical companies. So they also come to these events to listen to what we've been doing. And so there was also, and also other policy and advocacy or organizations are represented at this event, like we had people from FPA, which is the pharmaceutical companies organization, and we also had someone from EPF, and so there's a long list. I could go on and on and on, and you can see in the pictures that the room was full, and it was really interesting to see. And also there is then a possibility during the meeting, and especially at the end of the meeting. Um, the meeting usually ends with a light lunch, and then before lunch we have the possibility, or we really ask the participants to tell us what they think about our work. And it was so interesting to hear that there were some critical tones, which said that we are perhaps not cooperative enough, or that we're not open enough to additional cooperation with even with other disease areas or with other advocacy groups. And there was one very interesting message there, which I think is really key for everyone working in patient advocacy, and it was that we should finally um, end this whole competitive approach, and we should focus more on cooperation rather than on competition. And interestingly, I'm working on a paper now, which one version of that has already been sent to a couple of people, which is exactly about this point: why competition and this whole corporate mindset, com- competition and the drive for profit is not just unhealthy, but it's outright wrong and detrimental for patient organizations. By the way, I think it's wrong and detrimental for any NGO, for any civil organization. But I come from the perspective of patient organizations. So I will have a paper on that. I'm working on that because I think it's a very important point. So that it was actually interesting to hear this confirmed, that with the changing political landscape and resources shrinking, it would be essential to concentrate more on cooperation rather than on competition for resources and attention. So that was basically it today, and yeah, and I will be back with you tomorrow.